Hello. Thank you for clicking this podcast. This is the THAC Podcast. I'm Tim, with me Troy.
Hey.
And Joseph.
Hey. Happy episode, whatever.
17 or something.
It's whatever.
We're doing another evening cast, which we usually don't do.
I have a cold.
You have a cold?
Yeah.
You don't sound too stuffy.
I feel stuffy, though.
Oh.
Joseph was a hero a few minutes ago, or an hour or so ago.
Please tell me about it.
We went to... I'm going to tell everyone about your heroic deeds.
I'm going to be the audience surrogate here.
Even though we only moved it like 3 feet.
Shh. We're gonna educate people on the proper...
okay. Because we didn't know.
The proper protocol.
We were unaware.
Tim was finishing up some DVD stuff before we came to do the podcast, and so Joseph was like, hey, I got to go buy dog food. You want to go to Walmart with me? And I need to buy cat food. So I was like, okay. And as we were walking out, we found a little bird on the ground.
A little old man face.
Yeah. It wasn't like a featherless bird. It was like...
So was it... No, go ahead.
It was what? Just say it.
An angry bird?
No.
Just an old bird.
He was kind of scared.
That would be a pretty fun sequel, Old Birds.
He let me touch his head, though.
Yeah.
Grumpy Old Birds, the movie.
Yeah.
I felt comfortable touching his head because I found out that whole, if you touch a baby bird, its mom will abandon it. It's bullshit.
That's total bullshit, yeah. So we picked it up in some Tupperware, and we're like, what do we do with this? Because there's a bunch of cats around here, and we were like, we don't...
shit ton of cats.
Yeah, there's so many cats around here, so we're like, I don't want this to be out in the open, have a cat eat it or something, because they get fed anyway by people around here, but they're little killing
So they would
machines.
just be killing it for sport.
Yeah, I mean, that's what cats do. So we were just kind of wandered around
You're
with
just
it.
chilling, too.
Yeah, in some Tupperware, we couldn't find a tree to put it in, and then I looked it up on Google, and apparently you're not supposed to just let him chill, let him do whatever. So we just put it in a nest, or not in a nest, a bush.
Yeah.
And
carefully crafted handmade nest made of styrofoam.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you saw the nest, and it's on my balcony where my
Yeah.
apartment is, but I
Couldn't
didn't
really
want
reach
to try
it.
to put it there and then accidentally drop it 12 feet.
Yeah. So Joseph was a hero by putting it a few, 3 feet to the left in a bush.
And it wasn't there when we got back from Walmart, so either its mama came and helped it or it's dead.
No.
Yeah. There wasn't a mysterious blood stain.
I
Dark
choose to
Souls
believe
style.
that it is perfectly fine.
Yep. You're a
And
hero.
it'll save our lives.
From
one
now
day.
on, you are Joseph Bird Dad Delage.
It's going to return the favor one day when we're in mortal peril.
It's
going
gonna
to
fly
show up.
in, and it's gonna fly in. Like all of us are gonna be hanging on the side of a cliff. It's gonna fly in and carry you away. Be like, you're cool. I like you. And then Tim and I are just gonna have to die.
Yeah.
But it's like, sorry, I only got 2 feet, and I got to carry this fat ass away.
Yeah.
So
Hey.
let's.
He wouldn't call me that.
No, he's a cool guy. His name is Jonathan. No.
Yeah.
Jonathan Bird.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't that a singer?
Jonathan Beaksby.
Larry. His name is Larry.
Larry Beaksby. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I was going with Larry Bird, but...
Larry Bird. That works too. Yeah. Anyway, so podcast time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry for the delay.
Yeah. This was we kind of forgot. Tim's been really busy with DVD shit.
We were kind of being busy little bees this weekend at the times that we normally record podcasts, and then Joseph's back in school.
Yep.
So it was like any makeup time after that was also not open to one of us or the other either. So this is kind of the first chance that we've actually gotten since the weekend, really.
Yeah.
Plus side,
Huh?
Alex Crayley's Marble Hornets.
How? What now?
I said plus side.
Oh,
Alex
yeah.
Crayley's Marble Hornets.
We went
Yes.
to a place the other day and got the other two scenes shot.
I feel like I might have been misleading when I tweeted about it. I said we were shooting the last scenes, and a lot of people started asking me about.
Well, you said Alex
Maybe
Crayley's Marble Hornets, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Still.
Yeah. I can see the confusion, but I had to break a lot of hearts.
Sorry. Yeah. So been working on that. I've started to. I can't remember if we said this or not already, but each of us is taking the reins to edit one of them, and I've already started on mine, and it's pretty terrible. It's pretty
Troy
awful.
tried to hijack mine. He's like, "Oh, I can do this for you. I can do this for you." Because he's so jealous.
I want to do that one part for you.
You're so
not
jealous.
the whole thing.
So jealous.
No, I just want to do that part. I want to talk about it so bad, but I want to do that. Anyway, so What's up?
I'm really excited.
What's up with all that DVD stuff, Tim?
The season 2 subtitles are finally 100% implemented. Subtitles in general, especially when it comes to DVDs, it's almost like they're purposefully made to be impossible to work with, basically. You'd think it would not be that difficult to just join a bunch of little subtitle files into one big one, but apparently it is. So
I'm sure there's like subtitle houses out there somewhere in LA or something that specialize in this because it's such a headache.
That costs way more than we can afford.
Yeah.
They actually have lobbyists for these companies
to make it harder.
Difficult.
Yeah. We're all slaves to big caption.
Yep.
Yeah, big caption corporations.
Yep.
Like, oh, what does your husband do? Oh, he works for the he's a caption lobbyist, subtitle lobbyist. Oh, one of those people.
Does he club baby seals on his off days?
Pretty much. He clubs baby seals, robs orphanages, orphanage of happiness and all that. But yeah. That's done now. Did you say it was all season 2 that you had done, or just? Was it? Well, I guess you haven't really started on the subtitles for season 3 yet, have you?
No, not really.
Because we haven't edited them yet, have we?
No.
Yeah.
We'll get on that. Yeah, we'll do that.
The people we have doing the captions, they're very quick, but they tend to forget the names of the characters a lot.
Yeah, because we don't think it's the same person doing all of them. Because at one point I was just, what was it? Male in sweater or something.
I've also had the name switch mid conversation too.
I was going through one the other day that we got from them that just for 2 or 3 lines, Tim and I swapped places.
It makes me think maybe they paused it, went and like got up and did something else, then came back to it and had forgotten.
Just for 2 lines though, and then they look back and like, oh wait, I screwed that up. Whatever.
There's I'm on a deadline.
There's there were a couple little things that I noticed that I wasn't really looking for any kind of typos or anything because I was just making sure they get into where they're supposed to be. But I did see I caught a Rosewood Park got in there.
Oh,
and then Ellis as Man in Hat. I just happened to glance out of the corner of my eye when I was testing playback that I was like, does that say Man in Hate? And I rewound it. I was like, yeah, it does.
Nice.
Well, that's
Ellis as Hate Man.
Good
This is why we have testers.
Yeah, this is why we're doing the testing thing. So if anyone who's listening, because I have had a few people message me saying like, hey, I signed up to be a DVD tester. Did you forget? It's like, no, I didn't forget. It's just I haven't had anything to send you yet. But I will very soon.
Hold your horses.
But anyway, speaking of season 3, we have had to push the release date back for it a little bit.
I mean, mostly just because it took so long to schedule those scenes to be shot.
Yeah. I mean, that was kind of a what's the word?
Optimistic.
Optimistic. I was thinking conservative, but optimistic estimate when we did the Kickstarter stuff because we didn't really know. Then we were just like, maybe this will be enough time, but we're still mostly on track to get season 3 out.
Except I don't know. Did we also say that the Blu-ray would be done by August?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't remember. Kickstarter was a while ago.
It's definitely not going to be done by August.
Yeah.
We will keep you updated.
It's not for lack of trying. It's just more involved than I expected, I guess.
Yeah, it's a learning experience, I guess, on how to do all of this stuff. But we are gonna. Are we gonna say that the box set and season 3 are gonna be at the same time?
Yeah, because
there's nothing new on the box set.
So it should.
Yeah, because
it's just taking all this work that we've been doing on them. Mostly Tim has been doing on them, and just kind of putting it all together in one. So there's not. We already have the box art and everything. So.
It's just gonna be the season 1 that's already done. Obviously, the season 2 that's almost done, and then just. Yeah, it's all going to be stuff that will already be made, and we just have to be. It's like print these by themselves, and then print these together. These are a separate thing.
Yeah,
Don't use those damn trays again this time.
Making stuff.
Seriously.
Making stuff is weird. Yeah. Making stuff on the internet is weird. But speaking of things on the internet.
Oh, we put August for all these things. That was a mistake.
Whoops.
We're fucking stupid.
Sorry. Speaking of things on the internet, we have a new thing on the THAC store now, which is also on the internet.
We had talked about this in the last 2 podcasts, I think, right?
Did we?
We
Charity
did
thing?
at least once.
Well, just bringing back the charity stuff.
Right.
Yeah. We didn't know exactly what it was going to be then, I don't think.
It's halfway back.
Yeah. Well, it's halfway back to the way it was before, I guess, because we want to expand past that at some point. But we now have charity, those like silicone bracelet things that are on the store now. 50% of the price goes to the Brain and Behavior Research Foundation, which are people that give research grants to various mental health people researching things. I don't think that's the official name.
Very cool.
But
their actual mission statement is a little bit more articulate than that.
Yeah, well, that I had to.
We can link their website.
I can only remember the name of it right now. My brain only has so much space. I only have so much RAM.
And this is the same charity that the stickers were for.
Yeah,
before,
but we kind of thought like, if it's the same thing you can get for less, like why not? Why don't you just donate money yourself or something? So now
it was also a little awkward to find on the store and everything, so
this
just makes it a lot simpler having a whole new thing.
So we got them now. They're selling pretty well already, so thanks everyone. The other 50%, in case you're wondering, goes to like overhead costs and handling and everything. So that's
that's pretty neato.
Yeah, thanks for everyone who's bought it so far. We have plenty to go around, I guess. Also, speaking of charity things, we have been nominated at least 6 times to do the ice bucket thing.
I've been nominated twice today.
Yeah. So apparently you're supposed to do it at 24 hours. I didn't know that until like yesterday.
A couple of weeks on that first one. What happens if you don't do it in 24 hours?
You got to donate money.
Oh,
which you should donate money anyway.
Wait, I thought the whole thing was you either donate or you do the ice bucket.
I don't know. It's like,
what are the rules?
Isn't it like
20?
I think it's $10 if you do it, $100 if you don't, or something like that.
Oh, is there an actual number attached to it?
I guess.
I'd heard the 100. I thought it was either donate 100 or do the ice bucket. It could be 10. 10 sounds more reasonable for.
Yeah. I thought it was kind of weird that if your punishment was to donate money, basically. But most people that I've seen doing it are doing both, basically. Yeah. So it's but we don't really have time right now since we're working on all this stuff to get that video and everything made. We want to, maybe we still will.
We have
some point.
ideas.
We have some ideas, but for now, we're going to be doing 2 things.
When we say we don't have time, it's because we have something in mind a little bit more elaborate than just getting a cell phone camera.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that if we wanted to.
We could totally do that, but that's not as fun.
Yeah, it's not as fun. Since it's kind of the thing we do, we can't really half-ass it. Or we don't really want to
heard your cries, though.
Yeah. So we're going to do 2 things about that.
They want us wet.
Which also... Wait, what'd you say?
I said they want us wet.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So the 2 things we're going to do are... I am going to put a item that was in Marble Hornets on eBay probably tonight or tomorrow or something. I'm going to put it on eBay 100% of whatever it sells for. I'm probably going to start at like $5 or $10.
Tonight being Wednesday, tomorrow being Thursday.
Yeah. We can never escape that in this.
Nope.
Yep. Just always say the day.
Yeah. I'll start it around that amount of money. 100% of whatever it sells for, I'll donate to the LLS thing. I think I'm going to make it, spoilers, the shirt that Alex was wearing in his last entry.
I don't think it's been washed. Has it?
It's in the wash now.
Oh, okay.
I'm washing it right now.
Oh, you just ruined it.
It would have been super gross.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody wants that.
Covered in my sweat.
It's still stained.
Sweat and spit and goopy blood.
Yeah.
Actually, it'd be crunchy blood now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we washed it off when we shot that, I think.
A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, enough to where it wasn't goopy.
You could say, I mean, we poured water on it.
Yeah.
And, we washed it in the sense that we got it wet.
I have a picture after we did the final.
We're gonna put it on the DVD of you covered and all that.
It is something.
Yeah. So I'm going to put that on there. Whatever it sells for, we'll go to the ALS thing, ALS Foundation, I guess. Is there a specific charity for it, or is it just
Yes,
one?
Yeah, they have a thing and
Okay.
Website and everything.
Okay.
Like that.
Because I know people have been saying websites, but I didn't know if it was the same one every time. So I'll be doing that. Joseph is, we were going to mention this anyway, is going to be doing a live stream. Well, I'll let you say it. It's your thing.
So this Friday is the inaugural, or sorry, I
Yep.
can't.
Maybe I should say it.
Yeah. It's the first Wimps Day with
Wimps
Joseph.
Night with Joseph.
Don't know if it's going to become a regular thing. It really depends on how I feel after the first one.
It should.
It should.
As is well documented, I am notoriously jumpy. And I'm sure some of you have heard of the game Five Nights at Freddy's, which is nothing but jump scares.
It's not nothing but jump scares, but I would say
it has a warning that says it's jump scares.
Oh, really? It has a warning? Oh.
Because I launched it to get the stream stuff set up.
Well, I only consider jump scares to be a sudden thing that has a noise with it. Like if it's just visual, there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
But if it's, I see jump scares as the sudden thing and bah, which it doesn't do unless you screw up.
Well,
then I'll screw up.
a lot of stuff will make me jump. So I am notoriously wimpy when it comes to scary games, which kind of disappoints me because there are a lot of great games out there that I just can't play because of my demeanor. Like I would love to play Dead Space, but I
it's
know
such
I
a good
can't.
game. It's so good.
I know. I would.
Not 3,
I would
but-
actually love to play The Thing for PS2 because I heard that was a great game too.
I have that, but I
It's
never
alright.
got very far.
But I can't do it. But that game came out, and I've watched like a night and a half worth on streams and stuff, and I was already on edge, and I was just
You weren't even playing it.
Yeah, I wasn't even playing it, and I came over to Troy's and everything, and we were talking about it, and I was like, what if I streamed that?
Yeah. I said yes immediately.
And that, oops, excuse me. So that's going to happen on Friday night, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern time.
And this is going to be a solo stream. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Troy and I will not be joining Joseph.
He
has that we did say like it has to be by yourself in the dark.
I'm not even going to have Rocket or Junior in the room.
So there's
not going to be any comfort to be had in that room. All lights off.
Is there a way we can like lock him in, or like can we do sort of like the chair from A Clockwork Orange where he can like just bind his hands to the keyboard and
have
just his eyes propped open the whole time or something like that.
I mean, all you have to do
stand behind him with the eye drops but not say anything.
You only play the game with the mouse, I think. So you can even tie one of his his left hand to his face or something. Like you don't even need it.
Yeah. So
get some handcuffs.
I'll probably start up the stream around 7:45 Central. Let everybody come on in, and during that time, I will address my ice bucket challenge. I guess the eBay thing is kind of for all of us, but
I'm just saying it was. I'm just saying it was my idea, but it's your shirt, my idea, and.
What are you doing, Tim?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I don't know. I just want to hibernate.
You can ship it.
Yeah.
Can't what?
You can ship it, like you can put it in the box to send it off to whoever gets it.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out. We got gifted Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm trying to see the name of the person who gave it to us so I can say thanks. So.
Well, I already bought it, but you can say thanks for yourself.
Your name is I Love Pizza. That's your Steam name, so I can't. That's all I know right now.
I love pizza.
Yeah, I love pizza too.
The
Thanks for Five Nights at Freddy's.
Was I Love Pizza.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the donator of Five Nights at Freddy's was that
like,
person.
that's not my Steam name.
No, it's not that. So yeah, you should. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Join me for that. If it gets a good response, or if it's even entertaining in the least, maybe it'll become a somewhat regular thing. We'll see.
I think it should be regardless. I'll watch it if nobody else does.
What other scary games are there that you wouldn't want to play?
Any of them.
Like what are ones that you say I would never play?
Outlast. I will never play that one.
Okay, so next one is Outlast.
No.
After that.
No, I'm telling you, I'm not playing Outlast.
That game doesn't look that bad to me. I don't know.
I've seen all of like 20 seconds of it, and that was enough for me.
Oh,
I'm not playing Outlast. I can't even play BioShock, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. BioShock isn't really...
The first BioShock, I got to the doctor's
It's pretty
scene.
creepy.
Yeah. I got to the
mean-
doctor, and I was like, okay, I'm done.
Did you
Even though
beat-
apparently that's like the worst part.
Did you beat Ravenholm in Half-Life 2?
I
Because that was pretty scary.
never beat Half-Life 2, period.
Oh.
It wasn't scary. It was just really...
I played the first.
It's pretty scary to me.
It was just really tense.
I played the first Half-Life. The second Half-Life, I just fucked around with the gravity gun.
I would say you should play Dead Space because it's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's of all with what you're thinking it is. It's not like a psychological horror type thing as much as you think it is.
Even though I saw you guys do Amnesia, I don't think I could do Amnesia either.
Amnesia, it's really not that bad. It's maybe it's because I noticed after
you guys
we
were
played it-
together and you were
Yeah.
dicking around the entire time.
Well, yeah, but I was gonna say I did finish Amnesia by myself later, and it was maybe a little bit worse, but it's like it's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's not that bad in that, like, as long as you're okay with being chased by something that can only do one thing.
Which is
It's
kill you.
Well, no, it's like it's not like it's gonna surprise you in any way. It's like, oh, it's a thing, it's gonna chase me. It's not like it's gonna do anything different than that. So it's kind of a I don't know.
I don't
Especially
know.
the
That puts me on edge just thinking about
Especially
it.
the box copy of the game had kind of ruined the scare factor of those
With the
monsters
box art?
with the goofy ass box art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should make that guy's face the thumbnail for this one.
Yeah,
Found
after I posted on my Twitter about the Wednesday stream, which, after I posted, I was like, should have been on Wednesday.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't know why you
'Cause
didn't do that.
Wednesday,
I mean, you
Wednesday.
can always change it.
Yeah.
For the next one.
But the first one's going to be on Friday.
Yeah.
But yeah, right after I posted that, like the next day, oh my God, that is so dumb.
Yeah, we're looking at the.
I'm going to get you.
They're looking at the Dark Descent box art right now.
Well, I'm gonna get your lantern.
You put out that light. It's awfully dusty and dry in here. You could start a fire.
We
It's actually
Rev up those lanterns.
you know what we should do for Wednesday is each new thing we should try to. Well, it's kind of weird because Five Nights at Freddy's is probably one of the scarier things out there, but we should make them worse and worse each time to work your way up to Outlast.
yeah.
That's what we should do. Like with each, we'll go. We'll,
Who?
that
What's
one's
the name of the
Endgame.
giant bomb guy that's a lot like me? He
Patrick Klepek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't he start playing because he wanted to play scary games? He just couldn't.
He's one of those guys that really likes to experience new things, or he realized he doesn't like experiencing new things, so he made it a point to experience new things, like game wise, and write about what he thought of them. Because I think he said he's never liked JRPGs, he's never liked
I used to love him. Now I hate
or
him.
roguelikes or massive core games like Spelunky or N Plus or whatever, but he forced himself to play, and it turns out he really liked Spelunky, which I don't know how you could ever like Spelunky because that game hates you so much.
Not as much as Rogue Legacy.
Oh, it's 100 times worse than
I've
Rogue
played
Legacy.
them both.
Rogue Legacy was not that hard.
It kicked my ass.
It's nowhere near.
I talked to you about
Spelunky.
this. You even said it's like good luck, and like I messaged you like 20 minutes later. I'm like, how do you play this?
I beat
game?
it. It's. Yeah. I mean, well, the thing with Spelunky is that when you die, that is it. Start
I know.
all over. Rogue Legacy isn't
Yeah.
like that. Rogue
Yeah.
Legacy, you're at least making progress, which is why I don't like roguelikes if you lose progress. I really hate that.
See, I loved Binding of Isaac.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Binding of Isaac is really good.
I can't play it for too long because I start to feel ill.
I
Because
wanna
that is a
get
gross
Rebirth.
game.
It's a gross game, and the controls are weird. I don't like the
I
controls.
don't actually
in it.
mind the controls that much.
On the keyboard anyway. Can you play it on a controller?
No.
Okay, yeah, the keyboard controls are just to me.
I thought you
do
could
not.
play it on a controller now.
Maybe now.
They might have changed it, but I just know
Yeah.
because
I never
you,
played
that
it
you
on a
couldn't
controller.
shoot diagonally.
Yeah.
So I guess they just sort of, it would have been
Huh.
about the same, I would imagine.
Yeah, I never played it on controller, but I did play it on
I
keyboard.
never
Which,
really-
that was a deliberate design decision, the not shooting diagonally thing.
I've
I think that
never-
was part of the difficulty.
I've never. I don't think I've ever really played Binding of Isaac, but I loved Rogue Legacy. But yeah, it's. What was I talking about? About that? I was just saying that the
Klepek.
guy on Giant Bomb who we have talked to very briefly a few times.
Did we? Wait.
Yeah, during the game and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I say talk to you very briefly, as in I send him an email being like, hey, thanks. And he was like, yeah, no problem. But yeah,
we did it, guys.
That's kind of the thing that he does, and scary games are a part of that, and he's notoriously jumpy too. So.
And that was kind of the motivating factor behind this, because I was like, this is a game that I don't think I'm going to like at all, but I do want to be able to play them, and this one is in beta, so
yeah.
Wait,
works. Five Nights at Freddy's is in beta?
I mean, it's on green light, so I consider
it's off green light.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I guess
I mean, if it's available for purchase on Steam, it's off green light.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't stop early access games.
It's not early access either. It doesn't say early
I'm
access.
just saying, it's like if you can purchase it.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily.
I think early access and green light are two separate categories.
Whatever.
I mean, you could
it
put
doesn't
something
matter.
that would be early access on green light.
It looks
but
beta-ish to me.
It doesn't say
because
early
it was
access
done by
or
like
beta.
one guy. But
Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. Because I think the guy already said that he's working on a sequel to it. Because I think he said you'll be able to move around in the sequel, and it's like, is that going to make it better? I don't
Six
know.
Nights at Sammy's.
Yeah.
There's already a sixth and a seventh.
I was going to say
night.
Seven
spoiler.
Nights at Stevens.
Spoiler: there is a sixth night that you can
There's
do.
a seventh night too. It's the custom.
The
night.
custom, but yeah, it's
8 nights at Emmanuel's.
10 nights at Tim's.
What I was saying before though is like right after I posted that, the next day I was like kept thinking about it and just kept thinking like, what have I gotten myself into? I don't want to play this game.
Whoops.
I'm on edge.
Now you know how I felt when we were doing Marble Hornets when I tweeted, "Oh, I'm gonna post the entry like tomorrow," and then I thought, "Oh wait, I can't finish it by then." But it's kind of like that.
But yeah, I already started testing stuff. I think we're good on any technical difficulties that normally plague our streams. But
We say that now.
yeah,
Yeah, never say that.
You should play Dead Space. It's good.
okay.
You should do that next if you have it. I don't think you do. Do you?
No.
It's on.
Wait, no, I do have Dead Space.
Is it on Origin? Or because it was free on Origin at
Yeah.
some point, wasn't it? Yeah. So if you
I
have
might even
that,
have it on Steam. I don't know.
they have 1 and 2 on Steam.
Yeah.
I know they have 1. They're pretty sure they
I
have
own
2.
a
but
lot of games that I have no intention of playing.
They don't. Well, yeah, that's Steam. If they don't have Dead Space 3, but who gives a shit about Dead Space 3? It's a piece of shit. It's terrible.
Is it?
It's terrible.
Did they just turn it into like an action shooter?
Yep. It's terrible.
Hmm.
Also, it has microtransactions.
Fun.
Yeah, microtransactions.
If
like,
there's one thing I love about paying $60+ for a video game, it's paying more money.
Yep. Because what you do is, you know that thing that's in all survival horror games where you send out robots to gather materials so you can build better guns. You know that thing that's in all those horror games? Yeah.
It's
has
an industry
that.
standard.
Yeah, it has that. It takes place in real time. If you want to, you can speed it up by spending actual money dollars.
Oh, so like
it.
a Facebook game.
Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of what Dead Space has always been known for, is the microtransactions and the pure.
I mean, that's the like I
and
said,
the pure shootery action of it.
that is definitely one of the motivating factors
Yep.
for me. Is I want to be able to experience that.
It's like, 'cause I don't want to start the whole EA hate train here, but it's like they looked at Dead Space 2 and thought, you know what? That's just too much fun. Let's change that. That is too much things that people like. We can make more money off this. Let's make more money off of it. So yeah. Also, that was like low effort shovelware.
Was it made by the same company?
Visceral, I think it was.
I don't know. I don't know the.
I'm pretty
production
sure it
company
was.
behind
Yeah.
it.
I don't know. I don't actually know, but I'm pretty sure it was. 1 is great. 2 is a good mixture of horror and action, I guess. 3 is just action when the action wasn't that great
2
anyway.
Kind of needless though, because wasn't the end of 1 pretty much cut and dry?
No, not really.
I thought that spoilers for a game that's been out for like 6 years. Wasn't the original Dead Space like he was crazy and he was all alone on the ship and he was probably going to die?
No, he was on an escape pod at the end.
Okay.
He's on an escape pod at the very end, and he looks over and sees his dead girlfriend and is like, "Oh shit!" And then that's the end.
Oh.
Like she's a ghost and screams in his face. It's the worst jump scare ever, but because that one even scared me. Like you finally get to see his face and everything, and he just looks like death. And he looks over and sees his dead girlfriend, and she like screams with the light coming out of her face and everything, and then ends there. And then 2 opens up with you like in an insane asylum, basically. So.
Oh, okay.
Or like with a psychiatrist, and then no, aliens happen. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Cool.
It's a very good game. Was a good franchise. So
I tried to watch a Let's Play of Dead Space, and I made it through like 10 minutes of the first episode, and then I couldn't
There
do
were
it.
probably 2 instances in Dead Space 1 that made me legitimately jump.
Atmosphere
That ending being one of them.
Honestly, Atmosphere gets me way worse than the jump scares do, because the jump scares will just get annoying after a while.
Yeah,
But
that's what I like about Dead Space is that there's not that many jump
the
scares.
Atmosphere though is what makes me I'm like, I can't play this game.
Okay, well the atmosphere in Dead Space 1 is pretty horrifying, so maybe I don't know, but you should play it. It's good.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough video game talk. Let's talk about people streaming video games for a second here.
Hey.
That's enough of a difference to warrant a segue.
We were talking about, I think it was in the last one even. Yeah, well, I can't remember.
YouTube buying
or Google buying, well, same thing.
Yeah.
Google buying Twitch, and now it's all of a sudden.
Guess who looks like a jackass now? Literally everyone on the internet.
Yeah.
Because Amazon out of nowhere.
Well, what I was saying is I really like to think that Twitch was like, basically had done everything with Google except sign on the dotted line, and then Amazon comes in here and is like, how much they offering you? Oh, they're offering us this many million. We'll offer you more than that, but you got to say yes right now. Twitch was like, okay, and then shredded that contract and got a new one, and Google's like, oh.
We will offer you literal $1 billion.
Yeah, I didn't see how much it was bought for.
$1 billion.
$1 billion? Wow.
Jesus Christ.
So
much money.
Snapchat
That's
kind
so
of
many
money.
Prime subscriptions.
I was listening to...
Yeah, seriously, I have Amazon Prime. I better fucking get Twitch Turbo or whatever.
Yeah. I like to think that'll happen.
Hey.
Yeah. I mean, they increased the price of Prime already, so maybe it was in preparation for that.
I
don't know.
accidentally bought a year's worth of subscription, so where are my perks?
Yeah.
Beyond
Well, I mean,
amazing shipping.
I mean, if you buy enough stuff on Amazon, it pays for itself almost immediately because of the free shipping that you save. I was driving in the car today, and I was listening to a news story on NPR about Snapchat, and they said it was worth $10 billion, I think.
Jesus.
And it doesn't even have advertising on it. They were like, how does something that generates $0 be worth this much?
Yeah.
And I don't know anything about economics, but I guess it has
I don't
to
know
do,
how you quantify that.
It's the Bitcoin of apps, I guess.
It's like, I guess they see it as the advertising potential, which is weird because didn't Facebook buy it?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Facebook bought Snapchat. Like, I'm 99% sure about that. And it's like,
You're not thinking of
Facebook...
Instagram, are you? I know Facebook did buy Instagram
I'm pretty
a long
sure.
time ago.
I'm pretty sure.
At least Yahoo is making money off of Tumblr.
Yeah, by putting those weird ads on it. I'm gonna check real quick.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Facebook bought Snapchat. Someone big like that bought it. But it's like, Facebook is notorious for advertising stuff. So how is it not covered in ads yet? I guess that amount of money is seen as the advertising potential or something. But how can you put? Have you ever used Snapchat? Like how can you put advertising on that? It's like, we'll play this snap after you watch this sponsored video.
Ugh.
Oh God.
You gotta watch sponsored videos
Don't
before
give them
your
any
dick
ideas.
pics.
Yeah, really. Yeah, they were talking on the radio about like most people use Snapchat as a I think they called it a live action emoticon or something. It's like, here's my face in response to that. It's like, no, it's 90% dick pics, I think.
Yeah. I mean, that's all you send to me. So.
A genitalia comparison engine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Here's mine. What's yours? Just completely unsolicited. Please don't do that.
Let's just change the name to Swapcock and get it over with.
God. There it is, Snapchat.
Well, I guess that's what Nintendo Swap Note was. That's why they had to get rid of it.
That's all I used it for. At least my dicks were inventive.
You could draw them in details, and they were in 3D. Yeah. You had 3D Swapcocks.
Could you with Snapchat, or not Snapchat, but Swap Note in 3D?
Yeah. You could just slide. Or
oh,
not,
you could put the
the
3D pictures in it.
No, I mean, like, if you flick the 3D slider up and you drew on it, like, the lines would be coming off of the page as you drew on it. So that was pretty cool. But you could choose which parts were 3D and which were not, so you could sort of have layered drawings like that.
Whoa.
That's pretty neat.
You could do backgrounds for your cock.
No, except now I never use it.
Please stop saying that word. I hate that word so much.
Oh, yeah, because you can taste it, right?
No, I just don't like it.
No, I don't mean that as a haha, you're gay joke. I mean the synthesia
Is it synesthesia?
I think it's just synthesia.
Yeah. Any word like that I can taste. Yeah. So stop.
Troy can taste words like cock.
Synesthesia.
Synesthesia.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking of something else.
What about
not,
throbbing?
That was just a joke when we went to Applebee's.
So throbbing cock does nothing for you?
The word cock does. Can we stop saying the word cock on this podcast, please?
I have an idea for the thumbnail.
Willie only from now on.
It's not all words, but there's a few words.
So
Appetite being one of them.
Call it Willie Chat and get it over with. Willie Whispers.
Silly Willie.
Silly Willie's Whisper website.
Cock chat.
Okay, I'm just gonna. Here's a quick ad for Google. Okay, Google. Did Facebook buy Snapchat? Yeah, it did.
Huh.
Okay. Thanks, Google. Well, say goodbye. God.
It's not like Siri where you can say thanks.
Goodbye, Google.
Although it doesn't. I wish it did that. I like feeling connected to my phone on a personal level. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like I would use Siri if I had an iPhone, but I don't really use Google now that much on this one. So
because it doesn't talk to you.
That's true. I mean, you can say, "Okay, Google, set a reminder for this," and it'll say, "Do you want to set a reminder?" And you go, "Yep," and it doesn't take just yes, because I've said lots of different responses to that, and it like all the different ways I can think of saying yes. It takes that.
I've never really seen the appeal of Snapchat.
Of Snapchat?
Yeah.
You need to have.
It has this feature on it that I like. I don't usually Snapchat with people one-on-one, but it has a neat thing where basically if you shoot a thing that's like, oh, I'm not going to put this on Instagram because it's boring, not that I have an Instagram, or, this isn't worth putting on Facebook or something. It's good for that because there's a thing you can send it to where everyone on your friends list or whatever can see it. It's like, oh, here's, because I did one when we were in Birmingham the other day of Tim playing the guitar. Oh. And I sent it out to everyone, and our friends can see it and stuff. Like, hey, here's what I'm doing right now. Like, but
doesn't it delete it like almost immediately? Too?
Those like if you're doing one-on-one with people, you can set up to 10 seconds for it to delete. But those things, you send it to like My Story or something it's called, then everyone can see it, and it stays up for 24 hours. I think you can replay it and stuff. If you want.
Stays for up to 10 seconds on one-to-one.
On one-to-one, it can stay up to 10 seconds. I think.
Yeah. Here's what I never got about it because. I only send my wiener pictures to people that I trust, like you guys. But I cannot imagine the feeling of dread when you're, maybe doing a dirty Snapchat with someone, and even though it like lets you know when, or that's the worst part, it lets you know when they take like a screen cap of it, because it seems like Snapchat is a little more fly by night, kind of casual wiener picture exchange. Yeah.
I just Snapchatted that, by the way. Yeah.
Talking about the wiener.
The New York Cock Exchange.
Jesus Christ.
I've had a long day.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now that is on Snapchat for the next 24 hours.
All right, I don't know. Cool. Back in my day when we sent a cock picture.
He sent it in the mail.
He sent it in the mail.
With a Willie stamp.
A mushroom stamp. Troy's just shaking his head.
I completely forgot what we were talking about.
Amazon buying Twitch.
Oh, yeah, that. Yeah. I had other things to say about that. Now I'm just have a bad taste in my mouth. Anyway, people using Snapchat for that, stop doing that. That's weird.
Or don't.
Stop.
Who cares?
No, I'm saying unsolicited. Because
but otherwise, I mean, if no one's doing that, then how's Facebook going to make their imaginary money off of their...
It suddenly costs bitcoins to send...
I know
Snapchats.
We're getting into a little bit of shock jock radio kind of here.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
More entertaining than video games. Go ahead.
I completely forgot my...
Twitch bought Amazon... Amazon
Twitch did not buy Amazon,
Amazon bought Twitch.
Yeah. You watch Twitch more than I do.
I mean, there's no theoretical dollars there. There's actual money there. So at least that makes more sense than.
And there's not theoretical dollars in Amazon either.
Yeah. So at least that makes more sense than buying Snapchat.
Mm-hmm. I guess. Or the Oculus Rift.
I was reading about the the transaction and everything, and
the transaction of Amazon and Twitch.
Yeah. And it said during primetime hours, Twitch is like something like the number 3 website in the United States, and accounts for 2.1% of all internet traffic
in the
during
world?
prime time. In the United States.
Oh, in the United States. Still.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, 2% of everyone is a lot of
like the
lot of
only
people.
things ahead of it, I think, are Facebook and YouTube. And granted, a lot of that usage is because streaming video takes a lot of bandwidth and
Shit,
stuff.
when Amazon bought them, they were probably just like, thank God it's costing us so much to run all these servers.
Man, they are making a lot of money.
Amazon has lots of dollars.
Amazon has all the storage stuff that they run out to other people anyways.
I feel like the Twitch advertising is a bubble that's about to burst too, because it kind of has the shades of like the $30 CPM days of
YouTube,
the web 1.0.
Yeah.
And stuff where you had these ridiculous numbers that there's no way you would actually see a return on in terms of advertising. Granted, gamers do tend to pay a lot of money for stuff. And from what I've seen, there are definitely some ads there that are kind of weird. That
they pay a lot of dollars for things, except actual games, thanks to Steam sales.
Right. There are definitely some ads that I'll see like for cars and stuff, and it's like, man, a lot of your demographic can't even drive yet. But they'll
20-somethings can't afford luxury cars.
Yeah, but they'll they'll put up ads for like Mountain Dew Baja Blast, and that little stupid iPhone game that they made. And they'll have Twitch executives. Yeah, they made some iPhone game or something. It's like Race to Baja kind of thing. And they have like the Twitch like executives like in the advertisement like talking because it's like some contest and stuff. It's kind of awkward and weird. But
is it a Temple Run clone? It sounds like a Temple Run clone.
No, it seems more like a
If you're gonna bring that up, you should have done
Trials.
your research. Yeah.
It looks
Trials.
like 2D Trials.
Trials is 2D.
At least to me. Well, it has 3D layers to it. Like
2.5D then.
Whatever.
Yeah. Get your gamer nomenclature right.
It's 3D in the same way that isometric games are 3D.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
It's not isometric, but you get the idea.
Let's make a THAC Podcast game.
Okay.
It's just
see how awkward you can turn the conversation. And the quicker you can do it, the higher your score.
The quicker
cock.
The quicker you can make Troy uncomfortable, the higher score you get.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's good. We'll start working on that.
What kind of bad taste can you put in Troy's mouth? I'm going for a high score right now.
You're nailing it right now. Yeah. I don't know. You completely destroyed my train of thought on Amazon buying.
That's
Twitch,
why we don't do these podcasts at night.
I guess so.
Well, I mean,
we gotta get them in the middle of the day when it's still fresh.
What about Amazon buying Twitch is there to really discuss? Since
there's a massive DDoS attack on it after
already.
Oh yeah, like Twitch was down for like 5 hours yesterday.
I have a feeling people.
They also attacked the PlayStation Network and Battle.net, Blizzard's platform, and League of Legends and stuff.
Is Amazon a company that people don't like or something?
Gamers get mad about anything, man.
I mean, I know people on the internet or gamers or whatever get mad about change all the time. But
that's how it has to be said.
Yeah, you can't. It's hard to say it without an eye roll sometimes.
Only real gamers will understand the impotent rage over two companies working out a deal,
doing a business transaction.
Yep.
It's I didn't know Amazon was something people were angry about ever. Like I know people don't like Google because
they got the drones and
they don't even have drones yet.
They got the drones.
They
got the drones.
They got the drones. They're talking about the drones, but it's almost
man,
like
you don't understand. The Sims 4 is not going to ship with pools or toddlers. Okay, somebody has to pay.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, the Sims 4 actually isn't shipping with those.
That's what I'm... Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, really.
That's dumb.
It really is. Don't you feel like DDoSing somebody right now?
I feel like hacking.
I'm a hacker. I'm part of Anonymous. Great. Now we're fucked.
I was going to say.
We're fucked.
Yeah.
We're going to get taken down by Anonymous. We're going to get epic trolled.
Or you're going to get swatted.
Oh, my God.
Someone's going to call the SWAT team on you on Friday.
Probably.
Yeah.
Please don't do that. If you know my address, send pizza or something. Don't send the SWAT team.
I don't think anyone knows your address, so
I hope not.
They knew your phone number for a while.
Yeah.
People knew your phone number because you put it out there.
Yeah, because I'm an idiot.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like everyone talks about Google and Facebook the same way, like, oh, their targeted advertising is so creepy or whatever. But what does Amazon do? Like, what bad things have they done? I'm
really
legit.
hate affordable shipping schemes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
really
not,
just.
Why do I have to pay for Prime?
Really just chaps my britches to be able to get free shipping in 2 days.
I don't. Oh, this
or that says 2 days.
Yeah,
it's like never 2 days for me.
It's always less than 2 days for me. I don't know what your problem is.
I don't know.
Stop ordering on the weekend, idiot.
I don't order on the weekend.
Or it's
some
almost
things on the weekend.
Very rarely it's been 1 day, but it's usually exactly 2 days. But
they lost one thing.
It also
I
depends on
recently.
what you order too.
Huh?
Like if they have
yeah, it depends. Yeah.
You know, not all their warehouses that are local have what you buy in.
Yeah.
Seems like that's
either
usually
way it's free.
In
free with air quotes.
Yeah.
It seems like it's in like Nashville or something. Is where
mine either come from Atlanta or Nashville.
Yeah.
I think I've seen Memphis.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Nashville, Memphis, or I think Jackson, Mississippi is the other one that I saw.
That's kind of the three things around us. So
Yep.
yeah.
I guess to make that year-long subscription worth it, I was thinking about doing some PC upgrade stuff. I should just order off of Amazon instead of Newegg.
Isn't Newegg usually cheaper than Amazon though, in terms of computer
They're
parts?
pretty competitive now.
Okay.
It definitely used to be the case, but I've been looking recently, and it seems like Amazon is pretty competitive, if not better.
Yeah.
Especially with free shipping.
Looking at
although Newegg also has a lot of stuff where you can get free shipping.
Newegg has apparently has free 7-day shipping that'll still show up at your place possibly in 2 days because I ordered that Blu-ray drive like 2 days ago and it already got here today.
Yeah, I've never had a problem with Newegg. They do customer service right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever had to do any kind of customer service stuff for Amazon. So
I've had 2 instances where I've had to talk to Newegg support, and both times it went by really smoothly. The first time was a graphics card that it wasn't compatible with my motherboard, so that was on me.
Yeah.
But you know, I returned it. I actually had it another one shipped because I couldn't figure out what the problem was. And I think it was a mixture of my motherboard and my power supply.
Like another one that also wouldn't have worked?
Right.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, I got in contact with them. I'm like, look, I know this is my fault and it's really dumb, but can I have a refund? And they're like, yeah, if you just pay to ship it back, we'll give you a full refund. And I was like, cool. Awesome.
That's so nice.
So I did that. And then another time had a wireless Logitech headset. The G35, don't buy it. It's a piece of crap.
Logitech?
Yeah.
Logitech stuff is always really hit or miss for me.
It's like 50-50 chance. It's either going to last you 10 years or 10 days.
Yeah. 10 minutes.
Yeah, but it was a wireless headset that I had read reviews about, and they're like, it's great for about 6 months. And then you start having all these weird troubles. And mine was great for 6 months. And then I started having all these troubles, like not connecting properly, sound cutting out, stuff like that, not holding a charge.
It was a USB headset too, right?
Yeah. And I got in contact with Newegg, and they're like, hey, this was actually purchased through Logitech, so it's kind of like if you ordered something on Amazon and it's not actually produced by Amazon, you know, it's not really their problem. But they did say it's like, this is under warranty, though. If they give you any trouble whatsoever, contact us and we will represent you in the claim and everything. And it got settled pretty quickly. The replacement headset, though, started crapping out on me like within the week.
They purposefully sabotaged
like
it.
it was the same Logitech headset.
It was the exact same Logitech. So what I did is I ordered the same headset but the wired version.
Yeah.
Here's another thing. Let me tell you what chaps my britches. Best Buy. So they have the price matching thing, right?
Yeah.
So I go there and I'm looking at the headset.
They price match Amazon, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And Newegg and any other major retailer.
Yeah.
So I pick up this headset and I find it for $10 cheaper on Amazon. I go up to the cashier. I'm like, hey, you guys do price check, right? Or price matching. They're like, yes. So they're just like, show it on your phone. I pull it up and everything. It's like, oh, this is actually being sold by a third party on Amazon. We can't price match that. I was like, it's $10. I guess I'll just order it online if you guys can't price match it. And the person just was like, okay.
All right.
It's like, you're going to let $100 just walk out
because
the door.
Yeah.
Like, no incentive whatsoever for me to actually buy from them. Because I have Amazon Prime. I got it within 2 days.
Yeah.
And it's worked fine. But it's, I don't know. It's like, that's so dumb.
There's actually.
Were you talking to just?
I understand.
Were you just? Were
it
you
was
just
just
talking
the
to
cashier.
Like the
I'm not mad at. I'm not mad at the cashier or anything. I just think that that's dumb. Like, why wouldn't you train your cashier to be like, dude, it's fine, whatever. Like, as a manager, I would think it's like, hey, if it's not like 30% of what we're selling it for with a third party,
Yeah.
if it's like within a little wiggle room,
It was $10. You said
it was $10.
Yeah.
It was $104 normally. It was $94 online.
Okay.
So a decent amount. It was like a 10% off.
Yeah.
And but it's just like, yeah, just fudge it. Who cares?
Yeah.
Just get us the money because we are literally going out of business like crazy.
Yeah. Not like crazy, but steadily. I've heard.
Who, Best Buy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just history repeats itself with Circuit City and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
And everyone that I've talked to that has worked at Best Buy always hypes up their price matching and their free shipping and stuff like that. But then when I first tried to take advantage of it, that was my experience.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't hold it against the cashier. I would be probably the exact same way if my bosses weren't actively telling me, hey,
don't do that. Yeah.
Whatever. But I was salty, man. But
see, on the one hand, I want to say like good riddance, but on the other hand, it's like give it another 5-10 years, and there's not going to be any sort of like physical locations to even buy any of this stuff anymore, which is like DVDs, whatever. But then it's like, where else am I going to go if like I need to replace my CPU fan like right now? Like that's where I can go. Like
I don't know about
Circuit
that.
City barely has that stuff anymore. They're all about phones.
Well,
or not Circuit City, Radio Shack.
I've seen.
I think they're going out of business too.
I've seen like all of one CPU fan at Best Buy. Anyway,
I mean, I think
it's still. I mean, they only had like 1 or 2 options, but that's still better than
I think in
zero
a place
options.
where we live, yeah, that's going to be the case. But in more populated areas, that's like saying that there are not going to be any more paper books.
No.
I think that there's always going to be a brick and mortar store for what you
Yeah.
want.
I don't think they're going to be going anywhere anytime
At least
soon. But
not within 5 or 10 years.
yeah, they may not have those giant superstores or anything anymore. But I mean,
which is fine. I'd rather talk to a smaller place.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
Jim
Walmart's going
Joe's
to be around
computers.
forever.
Yeah.
Walmart will
And
be around.
Jim Joe knows his shit.
Yeah. Jim Joe and his computers. So let's stop talking about this, please.
Okay.
I mean, I've run out of things to say is why I'm saying that.
Yeah.
That came out more exasperated than I meant for it to because I was rubbing my face. But
You don't have to be a cock about it.
what was the next thing I had written down? Oh yeah, so I learned some stuff
Oh yeah.
this past few days. The book that my microphone is currently sitting on. Broke out my microphone. I read a really cool book that I got from the library a couple weeks ago. That was about Richard Feynman. It's just called Feynman, and it's like a graphic novel because I can't read books without pictures. You were telling me about him before, I think, but like it's a really interesting book. Like it's super
he's
interesting.
Kind of been one of my heroes ever since I tried to major in physics several years ago and failed, but I still very much admired him. So
yeah, if it wasn't due back in a few days, I would lend it to you to read. But
Why don't you give some people a background?
yeah, well, that's what I was doing. Richard Feynman was a physicist, I think.
Yeah.
He did quantum electrodynamics, QED, I think. He was working on that. He also investigated which one's the one that exploded, Challenger or
yeah, it was Challenger.
Challenger, the one that he investigated that.
He was the one who figured out the O-rings issue in the 80s.
So he has done, or he did, a lot of stuff, and it's covered in this book that's like maybe 200 pages long, and it's a graphic novel. It reads like a train of thought of someone who cannot sit still, which I'm guessing is what he was like. And it is
like he won a Nobel Prize, I think in the late 50s, early 60s for it was something to do with, it was some kind of experiments regarding supercool helium, and like in his autobiography he mentions that in like a paragraph. He was like, oh yeah, I won a Nobel Prize too, whatever.
Yeah, in this book it shows him like getting called in the middle of the night saying he won a Nobel Prize, and he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do I have to accept it? I said yes.
Because he said he didn't want people like calling him up asking him for money afterwards.
Yeah. So he didn't want to accept it because like he didn't want to go through the whole like
How can they
circus.
make him accept it?
Well, I mean, he explains it in this. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he did that, and he also worked on the Manhattan Project, in the during World War II, and that is just pretty much glossed over.
Yeah.
Except near the end of the book, he kind of says, "Oh, you're probably thinking why I never mentioned this. Well, let me tell you my thoughts on it." So he didn't completely gloss over it, but he comes back to it later, and it's very interesting. I would.
Yeah.
I recommend. This is the Troy's graphic novel book club, I guess.
Did it also mention that he was also really into Tuvan throat singing?
No, that did not.
He definitely was a globetrotter, and he went to Tuva and to learn Tuvan throat singing for like a long time.
Yeah,
he took like a year or two sabbatical to learn to do that.
The only thing that he really mentions at first about the Manhattan Project is that he learned how to crack safes. Yeah, really well, because he like in the secret base or whatever where they were doing it, he just kind of walked around trying to figure out people's safe combinations and figured out because he figured out that you didn't have to be right on the number, you only had to be within about 5. Mm-hmm. So he tested it by 5s, so it saved a lot more time, and eventually he got to it.
Feynman, come on!
Yeah, that's pretty much what happens. Like he eventually goes to the general and head of the Manhattan Project's office and sees him put something in a safe, and he's like, "Bitch, I can crack that in 45 minutes." And he said like he could have done it in 5, but he really wanted to bother that guy, so he just screwed around for 5 minutes, and the guy started getting antsy. Then he really started working and got it open. But yeah, it made me feel really smart reading it. Except in the last quarter or so of the book, he starts talking about the actual theories, and I felt like a complete idiot. I did not understand one word of it. It's like he was talking about how light this problem he was working on about how light reflects off mirrors and stuff, mm-hmm. and it will lead to some kind of amazing discovery if we can figure out like how light works, if it's a particle or if it's a wave or whatever.
Yeah.
Or why it's usually a particle but might be a wave sometimes. Like he's talking about that, and it's like 5 pages or so of all these equations he's talking about, and I could not feel dumb when I was reading that, because
is any of that in your 30-second theories?
Maybe, I don't know. The other book that my microphone is sitting on.
If it makes you feel any better, quantum mechanics didn't make any sense to Einstein either. He was just like, "There's no, because that was." You ever heard that whole that quote from Einstein that was like, "God does not play dice with the universe" or something like that. That was in response to whenever quantum mechanics was being proposed. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of it is probability based, where it's like you can't tell exactly where a particle is, just the probability that it will be in this place, and that doesn't really gel with all of the other stuff that we learned up until that point. And I mean, eventually, once more and more evidence started coming out, he went along with it like everybody else did.
Well, there's something that was really cool about it is that he also said, once he got to the gist of it, of saying, why does it matter that we know this and why does it work this way? He said, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, he explained how it all worked, and then the question came up, and he was like, I have no earthly idea why it works like this. And it's like, that's like the smartest guy ever, and he doesn't know.
Well, like one of the big things that he is known for is he did these college lectures on physics. It was like 3 parts. It was like one was regular mechanics, one was electricity, and one was quantum. Like there was a 3-part series kind of thing. Yeah. And those are still like Bill Gates has made sure that Microsoft makes all of those available. Like there's some video lectures and stuff, but it's like you listen to him do those lectures, and it's just a shame that he didn't get his own TV show like Carl Sagan or even
Tyson
or even
something.
just like a Bill Nye type show,
Yeah.
because he was just really interesting to listen to all the time.
I had one teacher in college that was like that. He was my astronomy teacher he's one of those guys that you listen to talk about the science of it and everything, and you're like, man, I wish I could find something that I get that excited about.
Yeah.
I wish I loved something that much. Like, he would get so excited. He would, like, forget to breathe when he was talking about it. He'd be like, and then Mars just... okay, Mars, he would just get so excited about it. It's like, man, I really want to like something that much.
Yeah. And also he just had a really great voice too, because he was from like upstate New York, so he was just like, imagine like this as like a ball floating in the swimming pool. and just
That's not what he sounded like in my head when I was reading it.
Oh no,
so.
yeah. He was very, very much upstate New York, kind of like my grandma, now that I think about it. They had the same manner
potato
of
chips
speaking.
up there.
Richard Feynman is like my grandma. But yeah, if you ever need something to read, I guess,
Yeah.
and want a super interesting book that will take me forever to read, but because I read super slowly, but
You're digesting it.
Yeah, that's what I'll say. Not that I have book ADD or anything. But yeah, it's a really good book. You should read it.
You should definitely check out his autobiography if they have it at the library.
They do.
Just because
I looked it up. Is it Surely You're Joking, Mr. Feynman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like that's like the first of two, but I can't remember the title of the second one. But yeah,
The title is "What Do You Care What People Think?"
yeah.
Yeah, because it mentions both of those in here, and it has like a suggested readings further in the end of it. So that's the only reason I know.
There's a version called the Complete Feynman that has both of those in there,
yeah.
which is worth it because it also has a CD of him like giving a speech at like a commemoration of the Manhattan Project, like where they worked on it or something like that. So, and it's really interesting to listen to him talk, and also, as good as that story is, I'm sure it is, but I guarantee you it's funnier coming out of his mouth just because he had a really entertaining way of writing and speaking and telling
So we
stories
go
like
from
that.
talking about how I don't like the word cock to this, but okay. Welcome to the podcast, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely going to, when I go back to the library to return this, I'm going to try to find that book because it sounds pretty interesting. But we've kind of gone over time here. We should probably get some emails.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
So,
Okay.
There's so many cocks to talk about.
Stop it.
First email is from Dustin. He says, "Hey Joseph, is your lawnmower still for sale? If so, is it in working condition, and how much do you want for it?"
Yeah, it still works, but you have to come and get it.
Ooh.
Did you put it on Craigslist or something?
No, I haven't put it on Craigslist.
But he can't tell you the address because then he might get swatted during his live stream.
If,
Sorry, Dustin.
If you're serious offers only, email me at mhjosephd@gmail.com.
I think I already mentioned this, but if you want to sell it fast but also pull your hair out at the same time, put it on Craigslist.
Yeah.
You will sell it very quickly and you will get the dumbest questions about it.
It's just
Does
sitting
it
on my
have
porch right
blades? Is it a bladeless lawnmower? Do I have to buy my own blades? It has a handle, right?
now. Yes.
Okay.
Handles included. Blades
Does it
included.
does it cut grass?
No, actually.
What all does it cut, would you say? Can it blend?
Babies.
All right. So next email is from Erica S.
And it says, "I too was made to eat packing peanuts as a child."
What the hell is going on out there? Why?
I don't know. There's all these people eating packing peanuts.
Stop
As
it.
part of a science camp, we learned that, unlike pedestrian packing peanuts, the edible kind are made of corn and are therefore biodegradable. It isn't every day that you learn a shipping material can double as an emergency food source.
So if you just happen to be stuck out in the wilderness when you're on the way to the mailbox, you can pop open your box and eat the packing material
But wait,
in there.
But unless you don't know for sure what
Yeah.
kind you have, in which
Yeah.
case,
I'm
hope
pretty
you
sure
like to gamble.
I think the other kind might be toxic, so
Oh yeah. I imagine it would. Maybe they have flavored ones that are like cheesy poofs.
It's a real roll of the dice there.
Yeah. Well,
Roll of the dice.
I guess if you're desperate enough, you might as well try.
Yeah.
It's like it's either die slowly from hunger or die slowly from styrofoam.
poops.
Die slowly from ODing styrofoam, I guess.
from the poots.
Yeah.
I hope this just becomes a regular thing of people telling us how much packing peanuts they've eaten. Maybe someone will send some to us later.
How many packing peanuts have you eaten?
Let us know if send us an email at podcast@THAC.tv. Tell us how many packing peanuts.
Which
you've
of
eaten.
you has? We can have a contest of who has eaten the most packing peanuts.
The edible kind. We should point that out.
Yeah.
We don't want to be like that radio show that did the Wii contest thing all those years ago. The hold your Wii for a Wii thing.
Oh yeah.
Where they didn't do any research at all and we're like, see how much water you can drink, but that will kill you if you drink a whole lot of water.
Did anyone die?
Yeah, the person who won died.
Nice.
Yeah.
But they got a Wii.
Huh?
They got a Wii.
They got their Wii, I guess. But yeah, those guys were fired. So
yeah.
we should probably
say.
So we should probably point out, if you eat packing peanuts, make sure they're the edible, biodegradable kind that won't kill you.
Actually, just don't do it.
Don't do it.
Just
actually.
don't do it.
But if you do it, let us know.
You won't get a prize or anything. You'll just be. You can just
tout it around, I guess. I wonder if
I ate so many packing peanuts.
If it'd be like if you were on that show, what would you do or something? Why did that just come into my head? That really old Nickelodeon show, What Would You Do?
Know.
I don't even remember that.
You don't? Mark Summers was the host of it.
I always turned the channel whenever the game shows came on. Unless it was Legends of the Hidden Temple, that was pretty much the only one.
liked What Would You Do in Legends of the Hidden Temple because What Would You Do is more of a variety show than anything.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't remember the concept of it.
What was the game show where it's like the panel had to guess what your special
Figure it out.
Mm-hmm. I like that one. And
I like Summer Sanders.
Crag Rock.
Fraggle Rock?
No.
Oh, Aggro Crag.
Aggro
that
Crag.
was on Guts.
Yeah, Guts.
But then they kept upgrading. It's like the Super Aggro Crag. And
Yeah.
the Super Mega Aggro Crag.
Which rules?
Doesn't Mike O'Malley do? Or is it Mike O'Malley or Mark O'Malley that hosted that?
Whatever.
One of those. He does like UFC now or something. I think.
Good.
Which
Like he fights?
No. He commentates. I think I read that somewhere.
Hey, you just said does it UFC?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of sad looking at the Aggro Crag with like the lights on in the studio.
Yeah.
Because you realize like if you aren't a child, it'd be really easy to climb
You
that.
just kind of run up that.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
it's
I
not
could
even that.
jump and touch the top.
It's
These
like-
kids suck.
It's like not even a steep angle.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you see like a picture of it, or did you
Yeah.
go to one?
No, I saw the picture of it.
I was gonna say if you went to
No, as a
Guts,
kid,
then-
yeah, it would be really daunting.
Yeah.
But you know, as a 6'2" guy, it's just like, oh, I'm at the top.
Did you ever like? I always
can't
wondered
do
about
shit.
this.
Yeah,
whenever
kids
the Aggro Crag like erupted or whatever,
Uh-huh.
but halfway through, they had like ball bearings fly out of it, like metal
Really?
balls. It looked like
They didn't have metal balls.
it looked like that. I always remember when I was. I mean, this is like my kid brain remembering this, but I saw like bouncing silver balls and stuff.
also
around
had-
there.
It was a different time. Maybe they did.
yeah, maybe.
Maybe it was like 10 or something. It wasn't that heavy. It
They
was
also-
like, or maybe it was silver coated ping pong balls. Or something.
That's probably what it was. Because
They were really shiny. They
what
looked
if
like
they
ball
used
bearings.
real boulders?
Oh my god! No, those boulders bounced like they were made of foam.
I'm sure they were.
But what if they were?
What if they were memory foam and they hit you and
What if the kid who loses the worst gets put in that for the next? And they have to roll down the hill like in some kind of horrible hamster ball. What about that?
It's like
or they look like the girl from Willy Wonka that eats the blueberry pie. They just blow up like that, but they're a boulder.
It turns them into a boulder. It's like in Pinocchio. Instead of turning into a donkey, you turn into a boulder.
they remake the Hunger Games.
Excuse you, a jackass.
Sorry.
They remake the Hunger Games,
Or
but
just an
instead of
ass.
being in a big woods arena, it's the set of Guts.
Yeah.
Oh man. I wonder how much influence.
The cornucopia is the top of it. I would
I'd
like
watch that show.
that series a lot more.
You didn't like Guts?
I'm talking
Excuse me,
about
you didn't
Hunger
like
Games.
Guts.
I was talking about Hunger Games.
Super Aggro Crag!
Oh, I don't think it was quite like that, but I like to think it was. They had like
I
an
think the
Olymp-
aggro crag can make a lot of things even better, even good things.
Yeah.
Like,
What does
if the
aggro crag even mean?
What if the fine aggressive crag?
aggro like in an MMO or something?
I don't know. I have threat. What if the-
Aggressive
what if the-
Craggle Rock.
What if the
Yeah.
final scene of Terminator 2 is on the aggro crag?
That'd be pretty awesome.
It'd be even better, and that's a great
There's
movie.
at the top of the aggro crag is actually full of lava.
Yeah.
And that's what. Yeah. It's like, I finally made it, and it's like,
No, it's still foam and like
it just kind of sinks down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like, you're still there. And then at the very end,
he gets slimed and it short circuits.
yeah. It's like, oh, I'm actually okay. Aw. And then he...
It sounds like a Robot Chicken sketch.
Yeah. And then instead of the ending that was on there, it just shows the kid walking home, like, sadly, but with a giant bit of the aggro crag tucked under his arm.
I wanted that trophy so
Me
fucking
too.
bad.
I know.
Didn't one of the winners put it up on eBay? Put theirs up on eBay not that long ago. I feel like I
I
saw
don't
one.
know. Maybe.
I wish they had, 'cause I would have bought that. I bet it went for a lot of
I
money.
bet it went for a lot of money.
Yeah. Next email.
Okay. April says, "Hi, I was just wondering if you guys have ever thought of making Grapefruits Are Bullshit, Your Bullshit a ringtone or just a random separate sound file. If you haven't, could you? I don't see why not. Just
Sure.
slap it up on the SoundCloud or something like that.
Just rip it off of the YouTube video.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, I can do that. I can
Just
do
don't
that for
sell it
you.
because that'd be.
I can do that for
That'd be
you.
mean.
Yeah. Next email from Grace says, "When I was
Grace.
9, my sister was out of town and her dog started pooping out
Stop.
the weird strings that were tied around a roast we'd
Wait.
had for dinner a few nights before.
And end the email there because it can't get any better.
Wait.
Because she ate it out of the trash, but nobody knew what it was at the time, so my mom rushed her to the emergency vet in her pajamas. I thought she was going to die, so I locked myself in my room and cried while reading a book about horses. That dog is still alive and happy today, and I love her." Thanks, Grace.
That's a great story.
That is a
That was a
great
good story.
I want that to be in your
I
memoirs.
hope an entire roast came out of that dog's butt.
Was that in response to Rocket's American flag story?
I
we
hope
talk-
it wasn't. I hope it was just a random story that someone
I
told
can't
us.
remember if we told
We have
that
told that
before.
story.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
If you didn't hear that one.
But I hope that email was drafted before that
Yeah.
podcast.
If you don't know what we're talking about, Joseph had to pull a little American flag out of his dog's butt one time.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I really wish there had been
She
someone.
pooped so much.
I wish there had been someone standing by there with like an easel painting that.
Yeah.
It's like I wish that would have happened.
Just me bent down over my dog.
Just like someone who used to work for Thomas Kincaid. Just like,
Yeah.
This is perfect. This is beautiful. This is poetry. This is
Happy
poetry
little
and
poop
art.
right here.
Yeah.
All
Next
right.
email.
Next
is-
email from Madeline says, Have you ever eaten or been to Fusakli's?
No, but I love the name.
No.
Apparently there is a restaurant in Alabama called Fusakli's.
Never
We'll
heard
have
of
to
that.
find it.
Sadly, we haven't. I looked it up, and there's like 3 or 4 of them, but they're all around Mobile, which is about 4 or 5 hours away from
Yeah,
us.
we ain't over there.
So it's
We
kind of out of
ain't
the way.
over there.
But if I'm ever in the Mobile area, I will certainly stop by
Fusakli's.
Fusakli's, and I will let you all know how it is.
They're the only 3 in Alabama, or are they in other states too?
I feel like those were the only ones. Were those ones in I think it was just like a Mobile chain or
I was
something.
gonna say maybe we can luck out and there'll be one in Nashville or something when we go to GMX.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe they'll have expanded by then.
Weird name. Almost. It doesn't make me feel ill when I hear it like Cheddar's does.
Cheddars.
Ugh.
Cheddar
Yeah.
sounds like a cartoon franchise.
Well, yeah, we were talking about that in the car the other day where because you said Cheezers, and I was like, that's actually a restaurant and regular show where you get grilled cheeses, and it was a really good episode of regular show. But Cheddar's, just I don't know if I'm guessing people have them
You
all
can
over the
just
place, but
you can hear the grease just
yeah,
when you say the
it's just
name.
so gross.
I
Don't
ate
eat
it. I ate
Cheddar's.
there once and it was gross because I got a country fried steak and it tasted just like a salt block. Like I just bought
A salt lick.
a salt lick at like a farming supply store. I was just sitting there just going.
Could you? It didn't even taste fried. It just salt.
It was fried salt, deep fried salt. Chip off of some of that salt block, bread it. Yeah, that's about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So note to self: Tim doesn't like really salty things. So
Usually I do, but I mean there's
a limit.
There's a limit. I think there's just sort of like a human tolerance in general.
I really like gummy candy, but I would never get one of those giant gummy bears because that's gross.
Never. If you ever feel like you have a problem with eating gummy foods, just get one of those. You'll not want to eat anymore.
But I like them.
My little sister had one of those like gallon tubs of gummy bears one time, and they were just the regular size gummy bears.
Yeah.
But she left it in the car during the summer.
Did it just turn into
It turned into a gigantic gummy block.
awesome?
It was pretty cool.
You just kind of have to get like a chisel and get off you a little bit, and then eat
You just
that.
tore off a piece.
Nice.
Oh, I should have gotten like one of those little turkey carvers.
And it was
or something.
solid all the way through. It wasn't like it like the outside was connected and the inside was gummy bears. It was just solid gummy.
I cannot tell if that's really gross or really awesome.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I was probably like maybe even the single digits in terms of age.
But it's like that's gonna be so gross once you put your hands all over it for so long.
Because it has that like grease kind of.
Yeah, it's got that
feel to it.
preservative grease on it. That's yeah. Man, I love gummy candy. I would eat that probably, but I would never get one of those.
Bit by bit.
Never get one of those giant ones you see on like
Man,
Think Geek or something.
Gummy bears and ice cream.
It's pretty good.
Hell
I don't go to
yeah.
Yogurt Mountain very often, but whenever I do, I get gummy bears in my frozen yogurt.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That's
Pretty
real
good.
nice.
Yeah.
What kind of frozen yogurt guy are you, Tim?
Either some kind of chocolate pile, or I'll get
Chocolate pile.
Or
Can you give me
I'll-
the chocolate pile, please?
yes, or I'll get cheesecake frozen yogurt and then dump a bunch of fruit in it,
Oh, that's
like
pretty
blueberries, strawberries,
I'll
whatever.
take the meat lovers yogurt.
good. I think didn't they have those little cheesecake ball things
Yes.
there too?
They had
So-
cheesecake bites, kind of like little cubes,
Yeah.
like cheesecake cubes.
and they had like the breading around them or whatever, or the graham cracker
Yeah.
crumbs on it.
So yeah. Usually I'll get it'll be the cheesecake frozen yogurt, and depending on how I'm feeling, I might get some of the cheesecake cubes.
If you're
too.
feeling naughty.
Yeah.
If you're feeling bad.
Oh, that looks sinful.
Oh,
That was
that's pretty
I
good.
think that was from a Homestar Runner email one time where they were talking about things to stop doing or something, and one was like, stop naming chocolate desserts dangerous sounding things. And it was like that one was like Chocolardiac arrest, I think. And, like it just had like this old woman in the background going, "Oh, that looks sinful." I miss Homestar Runner.
Oh,
I think it's coming back. People have said
well, they had the
it's April Fool's Day
Yeah.
thing, but you know,
if only they keep going.
yeah.
Okay, next letter's from Tyler. Does that make you feel better?
But, yeah.
Joseph, I put this one on here because I just wanted to hear, I just wanted to see your reaction. I don't know if
Okay.
you read it yet or not.
No.
It's from Tyler. Says, I'd like to know your opinion on music, stuff like what was your favorite thing to listen to as a teen? What do you listen to now? And I want your opinion on the current generation of music, youth music.
Is in parentheses.
Just saying, I'm 14 and I hate the current generation of music and like older kind of music better, mainly rock stuff, e.g. My Chemical Romance, Drowning Pool, early Linkin Park, etc. Older stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
But at the end of that, he also put in parentheses LMAO.
No, I put that.
Oh, you put that.
Yeah.
You put LMAO on that. Okay.
I feel like shit now.
I've never really liked.
I feel like I have one foot in the grave.
I've always thought it was really dumb saying things, being like, "Oh, this Nickelodeon show is really old. It's gonna make you feel so old." It's like 26 is not old, but
Yeah.
that actually makes me feel a little old. That is considered old music.
Okay.
Especially since there was so many. I mean, I was probably one of those kids. I mean, I was one of those kids. I would say the same kind of things,
Yeah.
except, let's see. I had a Drowning Pool CD, but those other two I never really cared for, even when they were new.
I really liked.
Now-
I liked Linkin Park through osmosis because my brother was the one that drove me everywhere when I couldn't drive yet, and he had like all the Linkin Park CDs. And then he stopped liking it when my dad started liking it, I think. So yeah.
I listen to a lot of classic rock, a little bit older than My Chemical Romance. I did listen to a lot of pop punk though in high school.
I mean,
And
I think everyone did in high school. Yeah.
Well, I don't know about everybody, but
Most.
we
I mean,
certainly did.
I'm saying our
clique
people. Yeah.
Yeah,
back
somehow I
when I
managed
wore
to
female clothing and
miss
stuff.
the Green Day train.
I never really liked Green Day that much.
But
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually made a Pandora station somewhat recently. I was telling Troy and Tim about this earlier. I think when we were coming back from Birmingham, for Cartel, which was a band I listened to in high school and right after high school because I was feeling nostalgic. And I don't really feel nostalgic anymore because a lot of the bands that came up that I remember listening to, I realize
they weren't that good back.
not even
anymore.
And it's not even a stylistic thing, and it's not that they're bad, I guess, because I mean, whatever.
It's a taste
if
thing.
if you like something, fucking like it. I don't care. If you like
own what you like.
yeah, if you like Justin Bieber, whatever, I don't care. He's not competing for my girlfriend, so I don't care about him. I have no beef with the guy. I just think he's
Yeah.
a young celebrity.
He's a child.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the current generation of youth music. Like he says in this, it's just like, we're not the target audience. Our opinion doesn't matter.
Getting back to that is these bands, they could not play their instruments. Like even the lead guitarists were glorified rhythm guitarists.
Talking about the older ones.
Yeah. The like pop punk stuff. Like very few bands like do anything more complicated than like
I mean, that's the cornerstone of punk music as a genre is pretty much lack of musical ability.
Right. So like I said, it's not bad. It was just like, man, these are definitely no wonder all those bands were so young. It's because that's the first thing they would learn.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they were better at doing that than the other kids on the block. So they got popular and everything. Like we had bands like that in our high school too that did that. There was one in particular.
One actually played with the Cartel one time, didn't they?
Maybe actually.
They were here
80s
at
Combat?
one. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
here. It was here at one point, and they played with Cartel before they were
Yeah.
big-ish. So I didn't go to it, and I really regretted it when I was in high school. But now I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. Apologies to any Closer Than This members that might listen to this. That was a band from high school. They were fine. They're all cool guys. I'm friends with at least one of them still. I never really talked to that many of the band members, but one of them played trumpet at Pelham, our high school. But they played a show with this band called 80s Combat, and it was almost embarrassing how much better 80s Combat was than them.
Yeah. I still have that shirt I got from them.
Yeah.
It's pretty good band name.
But I've been listening to a lot of the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack recently, and you know that's all like 60s and 70s music.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my girlfriend about it, and she's like, "I don't really like this Cherry Bomb song by the Runaways."
Yeah.
She said because it's too cheesy. I'm like, "Have you heard the rest of these songs? Like they're all manufactured like cheesy. Ooh, girl, I love you." Yeah. And Michael Jackson was Justin Bieber before Justin Bieber was.
Pretty much.
Donny Osmond.
All these people were like just manufactured.
Yeah.
Like they don't write their own songs. Michael Jackson didn't write his songs. That's the fake stuff.
I thought Michael Jackson did write his own songs. I thought that was one of the things that made him like
the Jackson 5, hell no.
Oh no, I'm talking about like solo Michael Jackson.
I'm talking
later.
about this particular one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really follow Michael Jackson that much, so I can't speak with any authority on that. But I know he did not write it when he was like 8.
Oh yeah.
And all of that is seriously just like, ooh, baby girl, I miss you.
I mean, hell,
I wish everyone could have seen Joseph's dance there that he just did with that.
The Beatles were the Biebers of their day until they, got reclusive and were able to tell their label to get lost.
Yeah, but that question makes, people have said it before. It's music in particular, like a lot of fads are like this, but music in particular, it's all cyclical. Like all comes back around.
People are,
Call Me Maybe was disco.
Yeah.
Like that song was disco. It has the disco beat to it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I used to be the same way. It was just sort of like, music now sucks. I like music from X number of years ago way better. And it's like, there was good stuff then, there's good stuff now.
Yep.
The only reason it seems like there was more good stuff back then is because
you only hear
all of
Remember
the
the bad
shit,
stuff.
all of the shit has been forgotten.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the same now. There's going to be somebody in the 2030s going to be like, man, the 2000s were awesome for music.
Yeah. Like if you're a big fan of sort
The
of
Black
like
Keys rule, dude, and they
Yeah.
sound like they're from the 70s.
shit, there's a band right now called Fart Barf who just put out
Yeah.
their first album like 3 months ago, and it's awesome. But I mean, like, if you go back and like say you're a big fan of like the Beatles era, just go and look at sort of like what were the Billboard #1 hits. Like whenever the Beatles were getting #1, who else was getting #1? And if there's somebody you've never heard of, just look it up and listen to it and realize why everyone remembers the Beatles, and nobody really remembers like Jerry and the Pacemakers anymore.
Sonny and Cher were making songs the same time the Rolling Stones were.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Oh, yeah.
Just think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about that.
It's like Rolling Stones, Velvet Underground, all that kind of stuff is going on at the same time.
Yep.
All kinds of there's always something neat.
The genres are not going to go away. That's Like there will always be
Yeah.
different genres, and there will always be someone making it in the genre that you like. It's not. It's I have this theory. Anytime you look at a controversial, I guess not really controversial, but things like Justin Bieber or things like whoever sang "Call Me Maybe," Carly Rae Jepsen. Yeah. You go and you watch and you see the music video for it on YouTube. It's almost like Godwin's law. You will look down the YouTube comments. The further down you go, the more likely it is someone that's going to say, I don't understand why the, in quotation marks every time, artists of this generation are nothing compared to things like the blah 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 blahs. It's that just every time any kind of popular music is going to say that, and it's not for you.
Yeah.
Like if you don't like it, it's not for you. It's fine.
Or if it's not that, it'll be the opposite of if it's something else. This is real music, way better
Unlike
than crap
those.
like Justin Bieber, and it's like, what does
that have to do with anything?
What does Justin Bieber have to do with Echo and the Bunnymen? Like, just quit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't even finish that thought
It's
because it didn't even make sense in my head. Yeah.
MGMT is an okay band.
I actually think they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Did you know they're brothers?
They are not brothers.
Did you know they're brothers? I read it in Spin.
I read it on NME.
Last email, Joshua says, do any of you have a favorite food that the other two absolutely hate?
Absolutely. Actually, I can't think of... I'm trying to think of what I like that you think is garbage.
I will put pretty much anything in my mouth that is given to me.
I mean, I will too.
So,
but
We're
it is
not
more.
talking about that stuff.
I try to live by that too, but it is more likely for me to say that tastes like garbage than I guess it is for Tim.
I
but
would say you can't eat my gumbo, but you did eat my gumbo.
it was fine.
Yeah.
I like Cajun food. If it's not super spicy, which isn't a whole lot of Cajun food.
I'd put a little bit of kick in that one though, and you held up fine.
Yeah, that was fine. My tolerance for spicy food is getting a little bit better because my girlfriend always likes to cook lots of spicy things and will make the baby version of it for me. But I think it's slowly increasing the spice in some of it to where we'll eventually meet in the middle and we'll both be happy. But,
or she'll just be like, stop being a baby and just stop making those versions.
Maybe.
And either suck it up or you starve.
Yeah. Yep.
Because you are a child and can't take care of yourself.
Gonna be great parents.
Suck it up, baby.
I'm
drinking Corona. You are too.
Just trying to...
Life is full of disappointments.
Trying to condition your digestive system for whenever you're tossed out in the wild land where all you can eat is peppers. If you're ever marooned on an island, on Pepper Island, on Jalapeno Peninsula, that's not an island.
Bet you wish it was. I would say
Jalapeno Archipelago.
I would say of all the things that we have opinions on, I guess, our most what's the word? Not contrast, but
Contentious?
not contentious. Polarizing opinions we have are on food usually because our food tastes don't usually line up very well. Usually,
Yeah.
sometimes they do. Like Tim and I can usually agree on sweet things. I don't like caramel, but I mean, caramel's okay.
I don't like pork cracklings. Unpopular opinion alert.
Well, Tim found.
I guess that can be the thing that we can disagree on because Troy and I love pork cracklings, especially since I think you were gonna say the
in between things you were talking about.
Because there's pork skins, which are the big pieces, and then there's pork cracklings, which are the tiny little strips that are really hard and could bust your teeth if you're not careful. But you can also find they're like pork curlicues or something.
Pork crackling
sort of
strips or something.
Yeah, and they're sort of like the perfect sort of in between.
Yeah, because pork rinds are a little too soft for me.
Yeah.
Like they're too crumbly, and it makes it reminds me better that I'm eating fried fat.
Yeah,
Whereas,
they're awesome because they have like 1,000 milligrams of salt per bite,
never
per square inch.
Never ever look at the nutritional facts on the back of a bag of pork cracklings because it's like, oh, it says it has 60% of your daily value of sodium in this, and then you realize there's 7 servings
Jesus.
per bag. It's like I can eat 5 of these. I can eat 5 of these things, and that will be it. That will be as much sodium as I'm supposed to eat.
If you ate a whole
today.
bag of those and then died, like they wouldn't even have to preserve your insides. Like,
Yeah.
it'd all be perfectly just mummified.
So you were talking about that. How bad was that thing from Cheddar's?
Yeah, no
Like,
shit.
It was if it was bad enough, if it was salty enough for you to hate it when we both like pork cracklings, which are almost nothing but salt.
I can only think of 2 times recently that I've had something so salty that I couldn't eat it. One of them was that, and the other one was some kind of shitty Cajun steak at O'Charlie's.
Oh God.
We
there's
pa- like,
your problem right there.
We
You went to O'Charlie's.
We even passed that around like the table. Like my dad, my mom, and Erica tried it, and no one could eat more than like one bite of it. And we were like,
the eighth wonder of the world.
It was, yeah.
Look at this horrible I think I'm eating a preserved mummy.
Those honey buns you can get on the vending machines on campus and stuff are 600 calories.
I'm not
each.
surprised. I used to like the frosted kinds.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I've never had, or I have had those, but I prefer the regular ones if I'm feeling naughty.
Oh, I like honey buns.
I'm
but
feeling
only,
bad.
I like honey buns, but only when donuts aren't available.
I like honey buns too much.
I like the way you said that. I like honey buns too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. I used to live off them when I lived on campus, like forever ago. Oh, I'm so old. I was in college 3 years ago, or whatever it was.
Saying our
One
big,
of my classmates I haven't told Tim this. One of my classmates in one of my TCF classes recognized me, asked me if I was from Marble Hornets. I said yeah, and he said, "Oh, I remember when I watched that in 9th grade." He's a sophomore.
Yep, that would have to been right around the beginning.
At
Then.
the beginning.
Yeah.
Call him,
God.
be like, "Oh, you're one of the true fans."
I think he said he had seen 6 entries.
Oh, so one of the true fans.
One of the true.
You stuck around, man.
He was a
So
first.
we watched 6 entries in 9th grade, and he still recognized you. That guy's got one hell of a memory.
Seriously.
I got
Wow.
terrible memory. I can't remember anything behind like 9th grade, and only then it's terrible middle school memories.
I was gonna say earlier, saying our main contention is spicy things. One thing that always happens is because my tolerance for spicy is higher than is a fair amount higher than Troy's, and I keep forgetting that. So like I'll be having something, I'll be like, "Here, try this." He's like, "Is it spicy?" I'll be like, "It's not that bad," and then he'll eat it. I'll be like, "Fuck you, yes it is."
Yeah.
It's like I keep forgetting.
I have learned these things when someone
And
likes
also
spicy
when you're
things.
around me, it's like, oh yeah, that's pretty good. So it's you don't even have me being like, oh no, that's pretty spicy for Troy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, well, I've learned that, especially being around people who like spicy things, is when they say it's not that spicy means yes, it is very spicy.
Always take it with a just take it and do a little on the end of it first, just to test, just a little. I had to make sure you can hear that.
It's the last podcast all over again.
Yep.
Although when we were in Birmingham, you did get the Lay's. Is it Lay's that's doing that? The flavor
mango
thing?
salsa.
Yeah, no, not the mango salsa, but the
the wasabi ginger.
Oh, yeah,
wasabi
those are pretty
ginger.
good.
Those are pretty good.
It's kind of like a spicy salt and vinegar. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you thought they were strong, and I thought they were really weak, but that's because I
really like horseradish for some
Yeah, so do I.
I don't like spicy things, but I like horseradish, and I guess wasabi is kind of horseradishy.
Well,
It
I
is
just think that
exactly
because
horseradishy.
Okay.
I eat those wasabi peas a lot, and those are really really strong. So like
Those are gooder than hell.
compared to those Lay's chips didn't have a whole lot on them.
I
But
don't-
that's just because the wasabi peas have a lot on them.
I never just sit around eating wasabi flavored things. So they tasted about just right to me.
You should. They're good.
Wasabi is horseradish.
Yeah.
Oh, or does it have horseradishes in them?
Almost every time it's the same kind of plant, right?
The
They're
the
derivative of each
wasabi
other?
plant is sort of like the same like genus, I guess, as horseradish, but it only grows in one very specific region in Japan and is very very expensive. So like
a lot of
That's why-
unless you get it from that specific place, anytime you get wasabi anything is just horseradish and green food coloring basically. But they're like real horseradish or real wasabi tastes about the same anyway. It doesn't really matter.
I think you can get it at like World Market and stuff.
Maybe.
I was at World Market the other day, and I saw some Marmite and Vegemite. I can't remember which is which. And I almost got it for you to try right now, but then it was like $9. So
I'd have paid you back. I want to try some.
yeah, I mean I've seen it.
Get your ass out there and buy yourself.
Yeah, I've seen it at Walmart before. So
I thought you said World Market.
I did. World Market. I was there. I was looking for it, but I've also seen it at Walmart before. Maybe not now,
I
but
didn't know they sold it at Walmart.
either that or Target. I can't remember. One of
Have to
those.
check.
Yeah.
How long have we been going? Feels like it's a long pause.
Long time.
About an hour and a half.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess it's
We're out of emails anyway. So.
yeah.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
yeah. I guess wrapping up now.
Yeah.
Be sure to watch Joseph be a babby at Five Nights at Freddy's on Friday. Five Nights at Freddy's Fridays.
Yee.
And keep an eye out for when I put the ALS charity auction up on eBay. We'll put it on the Facebook and everything.
Yes.
And yeah, thanks for listening, everyone. We love you.
Bye.
Cock.
Shut up.